Hi everyone, in this video I'll show you all how to use Model Context Protocol with 21st Dev, Supabase and Stripe for Cursor. The intro. MCP is an open protocol that standardizes how applications provide context to LLMs. Think of MCP like a USB-C port for AI applications. So in our scenario, I'll be showing you all how to use MCP with 21st Dev and Supabase and all of these inside our cursor over here. So in this video, I'll show you all how to use MCP using 21st Dev, which is a UI component library. I'll show you all over here. This is the component library. So you can use any design over here for your UI project. Like you can just use this in your cursor. Then we have Supabase for backend, and lastly I'll be going over Stripe MCP. I want to go over this magic MCP, modern UI components. So this is actually really cool. You can go over how to set this up in the GitHub file, how it works. Getting started. So you can set this MCP up over here by using this Cursor IDE setup. Here's how you can basically set this up in Cursor. Go to the top right of your settings of your project, go to MCP, and here you have it. Like, there you go. Initially, this Notes app was really bland, and I wanted to add or improve the UI. So I added this component and this background, the whole background component that you can see over here from 21st Dev. So I went on 21st Dev's website. As you can see, I added this component and this tube light navbar over here. So for this component, let's go over here. So basically in your header, it can do a tube light scenario over here. So what I did was I opened this component over here, copied this. Now let's go back over here to my prompt, 21st Dev MD. So all you need to do is just input your prompt over here. There you go. Do this and then just copy this whole thing, which I've already made for you all. Go to Grok and ask Grok. So basically what this does is I've already made a prompt for you all for this to work, like a detailed prompt. What it's doing here is you have to convert this above prompt for the given use case. So all you need to do is just copy paste your npx component over here and just send it. And there you go. Here's the updated tailor prompt to your new use case. So for now all you need to do is just copy this like till over here. And once you copy this, let's say, go over here, paste it in your chat, and everything will be implemented. First, it will call the MCP tool, and then everything will flow. As you can see, happened with me, and there it was. It's possible that maybe you ran into one error, and just in case if you see an error, that's fine. You can just ask Cursor to solve the error, which is quite simple. Now I have something more for you all. In order to use this, you guys can go to my repository over here, which I'll have the link in bio. You can just basically clone this, honestly. You can clone this to play around with this 21st Dev UI. And in order to clone, you can just do this. For Mac users, I'll go over this just quickly. Go to your terminal over here. So I have made a folder already, just called developers, where I store all my GitHub or coding files. So I'll go to cd developer, then make this new files. There you go. Then you just give it a name and it's all set. Now you can just go and open it over here in your cursor. New files, which I just made. And here you go. You have all the code and everything of the localhost this. So you just git cloned everything. Okay, I just closed my cursor so it's not working, but I'll run it again. So here next what you want to do is in GitHub. So once you make the new repository, you'll see a line of code. You just need to copy it and then paste it over here, and then you're all set to go. So I won't dive into that because that's something like separate, but I just showed it a little bit for you all. So I have all of this clerk running and backend running because I added the .env.local over here, which I won't open, but I have all my code over here, all my API keys over here for .env.local. So if you want your clerk and everything to run, just add this. Let's just go back to the point of the MCP. So all you needed to do is just copy this, the prompt that we made initially before, the new updated prompt, like here from Grok, for example. I used Grok in my scenario. It made all the changes for me, as you can see over here. Like I just inputted this and it made all these changes for me. And I had to do just one fix. Like the fix was also, the alignment was kind of wrong. This tube-like component, my alignment went a little off, which I just told it to center align and it fixed everything. Like now it's perfecto, which is just what we need. So just by using the MCP magic, you can do this, which is quite insane. Like it almost did the exact same thing, which is crazy to me. Honestly, this is a huge hack. So just this way, you can add a lot of other components by just using a similar style of method. There's a lot of components over here. So for your pricing section of the SaaS, you have so many of these options, and all you need is one prompt, which is crazy. Like I just showed you, you can just do that in like under 5 minutes, I think so, which is insane to me. Like you can add this component to the pricing page. So next, I'll show you guys how to improve your backend setup using Supabase MCP. So let's have a little bit of look over here on how to set this up. I've already done this, but all you need to do is go over here and it has a step-by-step instruction. So go to your cursor over here, create a new file called .cursor, and then inside that .cursor, create another new file called mcp.json. And inside this file, just copy paste this code. Copy and paste. And once you guys do that, that's about it. And then just replace the connection string. So you can find your connection string over here in your Supabase. Go to connect and just use, this is the direct connection, or use this. Yep. So this should work, and then you would be able to see your Supabase MCP over here, just like this. And if it's red for a bit, just refresh and it should be set up and showing that it's working. Once you have done this, then you can ask questions like this. In the cursor agent, show me the Supabase tables using MCP, and it'll use the MCP Supabase tool and it'll show, for example, in our case, database tables, it shows exactly the Supabase tables that exist. We have the notes tables, we have the profile tables, relationship, custom types. So Next, I'll suggest you guys, if you want to understand more of how Supabase is basically the backend for those who are complete beginners. You can set up your backend, you can store your profiles, your notes, and all other stuff that's being inputted, or all the database in your web app, for example. So use Perplexity whenever you have questions. Like I had this question, like, what are the benefits of using MCP Supabase in my Cursor workflow? I would really suggest whenever you guys have some sort of questions, like ask Perplexity or ask Grok. So here, I usually use Perplexity because it gives me great answers with sources. So utilizing the model MCP with Supabase and Cursor workflow offers the advantage of connecting your LLM to external services. This setup allows you to query your Supabase database and execute SQL operations using natural language commands directly within Cursor. So without the MCP, this was not possible at all. Next, how does MCP Supabase improve Cursor performance? As you can see, it improves the Cursor performance in many ways. For example, eliminates schema forgetfulness, prevents AI hallucinations, streamlines query execution, improves React components, and it does a lot of stuff. So definitely this is a big game changer for the backend when using Supabase. And lastly, I'll be going over Stripe MCP. Like our LLM doesn't have access to Stripe and all of the Stripe data, like all of this Stripe data that we have over here, like our products and everything. It doesn't have all of that access. For me to give all this LLM access to Supabase, access to Stripe, access to all these other applications, and basically make it like an OP LLM over here inside Cursor. And in this scenario, let me go over the Stripe MCP. So why would you want to use it in Cursor, like the Stripe MCP? It streamlines workflow for Stripe-related development, faster debugging and troubleshooting, contextual assistance, automation of repetitive tasks. So let's say we want to know about our prices. MCP, tell me about the Stripe prices using Stripe MCP. So as you'll see in this Stripe scenario, it goes on to call the tools for the Stripe, which we integrated before. And I'll show you guys how to integrate this. And there you have it. And it perfectly shows all the key observatories because it's connected with the MCP Stripe. So here you can go. And as you can see, we have complete guide and the Cursor complete guide for our product catalog. MCP perfectly showed and analyzed it. If you want, we can create a new product. If you want, we can create new prices or even change the prices in this scenario. Like, let's change the price. It's like just like that. Change the prices for MCP guide to 40. Let's see how this works. So there you go, everyone. The price update summary. Perfect. I successfully updated the pricing. Okay, to $40. Updated the UI. Okay, let's accept all. Check out our page over here. And there you go. Our price just got updated from 50 to 40 just by using a prompt. That's how you can use the Stripe MCP. And just prompting, like I just prompted this and it did all the work for me. Like I didn't do anything and it just did everything. Like that's kind of crazy. So next, let me show you all this Cursor directory over here, which is like becoming like more like an MCP app store or something like that. Like I just found this out like an hour ago. So this is the cursor dot directory where people used to get prompts from before, but now it has some featured MCPs, and it has a lot of MCPs. Figma, 21st Dev, Magic AI Agent, which we went over in this video. It has Cursor MCP Installer MCP, which helps you install all these other MCPs. The GitHub MCP, Miro, which we're using. What else? Git. Okay. So it has a bunch of all these Supabase, which I showed you all. You guys get the hang of it. Like you can use MCP in so many ways with the LLM. I just showed you guys an example with Stripe. And let me show you all how to install the Stripe server. It's very simple. Just click like that, and you'll go to the github.mcp repository. Now, here, you just need to put this in your terminal over here, like that, with your API key, and that will work. Like, yep. That's all. And after that, you also need to update your mcp.json, which you can just ask your LLM literally to update it, and it will update your mcp.json accordingly, and that's it. Then you just need to go to your settings in MCP, and your Stripe should be working. Maybe just like refresh it, like give it like 15 seconds or 10 seconds, and it should be on, and then you can make all these changes. So for all you people who have been watching my videos previously, like I was using the console a lot. Whenever like I came upon an error, like in my notes app, like whenever there was an error or anything like that, I would just like go to the console log and take a screenshot and do all of that. But now with this MCP over here, like I just found this out with this one, the browser tools MCP, you don't need to do all that, because it basically connects your console with your LLM, like right over here, which makes your cursor overall more overpowered, or like just like more firepower with your LLM over here. As you can see over here, usage monitors browser console output, capture network traffic, take screenshots, analyze selected elements. So this MCP can do a lot for you. Like I just found this one out. So if you guys are interested, honestly, go through this featured MCP in cursor.directory, and you guys can find some MCPs that you might need for your use case or whatever you're building with AI. So right now, as you can see in this model context protocol, Cursor only has tools. It doesn't have prompts. It doesn't have resources, sampling. And once all of this is integrated in the MCP, and as the developers at Anthropic further develop MCP model context protocol is going to become more powerful for us developers. And that's just, I guess it's just going to make building more fun. Like you could build anything with this. And that's the best part about it. Like any SaaS idea, any app idea that you have, you can build upon that. And that just makes building just more fun with AI. And that's about it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching, and I hope you use MCP to further develop and create